Hi everyone, here welcome back. Today I'm going to be sharing with you how to cut and sew this beautiful corporate dress with an asymmetric collar. It is very simple, detailed and beginner friendly. So if you're interested, please watch till the end. And if this is your first time on this channel, please don't forget to like, share, comment and also subscribe to this channel if you are yet to. These are the main fabric I'll be using for this tutorial. I'm going to be using the green plain fabric as the main bodice. Then this Ankara print, I'll be using it as the collar for the dress I'm going to be making. So now I'm going to go ahead to fold my fabric and I'll be cutting for the front and the back at the same time. And when folding, you're going to be folding using the biggest part of your body, which is the hip divided by 4 plus your sewing allowance. So this part that is open is going to be serving as the zipper allowance. That is going to be serving as the back block of the dress I'm going to be making. So first you go ahead to fold your fabric into two like this, then you go ahead to fold it over again. That means you're going to be having 4 layers after folding. The open part is going to be serving as the zipper allowance. I'm doing this because I want to cut the front and the back at the same time. So I'm going to go ahead to take this other part and place it on it like this. So this other part will be serving as the front block while the one on the table is going to be serving as the back block. So before placing the front block on the back block, the first thing I'm going to go ahead to do is to mark out my zipper allowance. So I'm going to go ahead to mark out a zipper allowance of 1.5 inch all the way down. Then I'll go ahead to connect it with my ruler like you see me doing in the video. After marking the zipper allowance, the next thing I'm going to go ahead to do now is to place this front block on the zipper allowance line I marked. So you go ahead to place it like you see me doing in the video. After placing it on the line, the next thing you're going to go ahead to do now is to arrange it so you don't have one part looking longer or shorter than the other. So after arranging it, I'm going to go ahead to start inserting my measurement. And the first thing I'm going to go ahead to do now is to mark the shoulder line at the top of my fabric like you see me doing in the video. And once I'm done doing that, I'll go ahead to start inserting the measurement. And for the measurement, I'll be taking my measurement from the front block alone. I will not start from the zipper allowance. I will start from this point. So first, I'm going to go ahead to insert my vertical measurement. So I'll place the tape on the shoulder line, then I'll go ahead to mark my shoulder to bust point. I'll go ahead to mark that. After marking the shoulder to bust point, I'll go ahead to mark the shoulder to under bust, shoulder to waist, and shoulder to the full length. I'll be adding 2 inch extra for the hemming allowance and also for other allowances. After marking this, I'm going to go ahead to draw straight vertical line at the point I just marked like you see me doing in the video. After drawing the lines, this is what we have. So this line here is the shoulder line, while here is the bust point line, and here we have the waistline. I didn't draw the under bust line because it is not really needed at this point. That is why I did not draw a horizontal line at that point. Next thing I'm going to go ahead to do now is to mark my hip depth line. So from the waistline, I'll go ahead to mark 9 inch downward like this. After which I'll go ahead to draw a straight line like you see me doing in the video. So this measurement varies for individuals. It can be 8, it can be 9, it can be 10. So make sure you take that measurement before you insert yours. Once I'm done doing all this, the next thing I'm going to go ahead to do now is to start inserting my horizontal measurement, and I'll be taking my measurement from the front block, that is from this part. I'll go ahead to mark my shoulder measurement on the shoulder line. So I'll mark my shoulder measurement divided by 2. So my shoulder is 15 divided by 2 is 7.5. Then I'll come down by 1 inch for the shoulder slope, after which I'll go ahead to insert the armhole depth line. Then I'll go ahead to draw the armhole depth line with my ruler like you see me doing in the video. So once I'm done doing this, the next thing I'm going to go ahead to do now is to draw the front armhole. So I'll go ahead to divide what I have on the armhole depth line into 2 like this. Then I'll be going in by 0.5 inch and I'll go ahead to mark that. On the chest line, I'll go ahead to insert my bust measurement divided by 4 on the chest line, and I'll also go ahead to mark that. After marking it, I'll go ahead to draw the armhole depth line with my ruler like you see me doing in the video. Here we have the front armhole. I'm going to go ahead to place my ruler and draw the back armhole. For the back armhole, I'm not going in by 0.5. I'll just go ahead to place the curved part of my ruler like this. Then I'll go ahead to draw the armhole like you see me doing in the video. So here I have both the front and the back armhole. The next thing I'm going to go ahead to do now is to mark my bust measurement on the chest line. So I'll divide my bust measurement by 4 and I'll go ahead to mark that on the chest line. Then on the waistline, I'll also go ahead to divide my waist measurement divided by 4. So my waist divided by 4 is 8.5. I'll go ahead to mark that. Then I'll go ahead to mark 1 inch for the dart. Next, I'll move over to the hip depth line. On the hip depth line, I'll go ahead to divide my hip by 4 and I'll mark. So my hip divided by 4 is 11 inch. I'm going to go ahead to mark that on the hip depth line like this. Next thing I'm going to go ahead to do now is to move over to the hemline. For the hemline, I'm going to go ahead to replace whatever I have on the hip depth line on the hemline. But if you want yours to be penciled, you can go ahead to minus 1 inch or 1.5 inch from whatever you have on the hip depth line, then you place it on the hemline. But for me, I want what I have on the hip depth line to be on the hemline. So I'm going to go ahead to measure the same 11 inch on the hemline like you see me doing in the video. Once I'm done doing all this, the next I'm going to go ahead to do now is to mark a sewing allowance of 1.5 inch on the chest line, on the waistline, on the hip line, and also on the hemline. After which I'll go ahead to connect the point with my ruler like you see me doing in the video. So next, I'm going to go ahead to mark the neck width and the neck depth. For the neck width, I'm going to go ahead to mark a neck width of 3.5 inch. So this applies to both the front and the back. After marking the neck width, I'm going to go ahead to mark the neck depth. So for the back neck depth, I'm going to go ahead to mark a neck depth of 1 inch for the back. Then I'll go ahead to draw the neckline like you see me doing in the video. After marking the back neckline, the next I'm going to go ahead to do now is to insert the front neck depth. For the front neck depth, I'll go ahead to insert a neck depth of 3.5 inch also. Then I'll go ahead to draw the neckline for the front like you see me doing in the video. Next, I'm going to go ahead to draw the waist dart, and in doing that, I'll go ahead to mark half of my bust span measurement. So my bust span measurement is 8 inch divided by 2 is 4. I'll go ahead to mark the 4 inch on the bust point line, on the waistline, and also on the hip depth line, after which I'll connect the 3 points together with a straight line. After connecting, I'll go ahead to mark the waist dart. For the waist dart, I'll mark a dart of 1 inch. So I'll mark 0.5 inch on both sides like this. After doing that, from the bust point line, I'm going to be coming down by 1 inch from the bust point line and mark. Then I'll go ahead to draw the dart for the upper part like you see me doing in the video. For the lower part, I'm going to go ahead to measure 5 inch downward like this and mark. After marking that, I'll go ahead to draw the dart from that point with my ruler like this. Here we have the darts beautifully drawn. The next I'm going to go ahead to do now before cutting it out is to contour the back to eliminate zipper bulge at the back, because if you should leave it straight like this, after making the dress you will discover that the zip is bulging out. So to eliminate the zipper bulge, I'll go ahead to come in by 0.5 inch on the waistline like this. Then at this point I'll also go ahead to come in by 0.5 inch. After coming in by 0.5 inch on both sides, the next I'm going to go ahead to do now is to connect from the waist to my chest line. So I'll go ahead to extend the chest line like this. Then I'll connect the waist to the chest line with a straight line like this. And I'll go ahead to repeat the same thing on the other side. After which I'll go ahead to also connect it downward with my ruler like you see me doing in the video. So basically we are done with the drafting of the dress. The next I'm going to go ahead to do now is to cut it out. I'm going to go ahead to cut out the back first, then I'll go ahead to cut out the front. So just watch what I'm doing and follow the same process. After cutting it, the next I'm going to go ahead to do is to trace out the dart I have on the other side of my fabric before I go ahead to separate it. And in doing that, I'll be using my tracing wheel to trace it out, then I'll go ahead to redraw it later. After tracing the dart, I'm going to go ahead to redraw it on the other part later, but now I'm going to go ahead to separate the front from the back because I'll be working on the front block of the dress now. And the first thing I'm going to go ahead to do after separating it is to cut out the armhole for the front and also the neckline for the front, like you see me doing in the video. So after cutting out the neckline, the next thing I'm going to go ahead to do is to open it up so that I'll be able to draw the asymmetric neckline on the dress. So when drawing, make sure you're drawing on the wrong face of your fabric and not on the good face. So for the neck, I'm going to go ahead to place my tape rule on the shoulder line, and I'll go ahead to mark a neck depth of 6 inch. If you want yours to be deeper than this, you can make it 7 or 8 inch depending on how deep you want the neck to be. After marking that point, I'll go ahead to draw a straight line with my ruler like you see me doing in the video. Next, I'm going to go ahead to place the curved part of my ruler on this other side like this. Then I'll try to adjust it to fit into what I have at that point. After adjusting it, I'm going to go ahead to draw a curve to meet with the neck depth like you see me doing in the video, after which I'll go ahead to cut it out. After cutting out the neckline, this is what it is going to look like. The next I'm going to go ahead to do now is to cut out the facing for both the front and the back neckline. After cutting out the facing, this is what I have. So sorry I had to do this behind the camera because my fabric wasn't that much, but all you need to do is to place your main bodice on your facing, then you go ahead to cut it out, after which you trace out the neckline. So here I have the facing for the front block of the dress I'm making, and I also went ahead to trace out the darts on the other side of the dress I'm making, as you can see. And here I have the back block and also the back facing. So the next thing I'm going to go ahead to do now is to start stitching. So first I'll go ahead to close up the zipper allowance. So I'll stitch from the neckline downward by 5 inch, and for the facing I'm going to go ahead to close up everything I have on the zipper allowance of the facing. So after I was done stitching, this is what it is going to look like. This is what the facing is going to look like, and this is what the main bodice of the dress is going to look like. So all you need to do is to close the zipper allowance by at least 5 to 6 inch, and this is what you should have. The next I'm going to go ahead to do now is to go over to my sewing machine and close up the dart. So I'm going to go ahead to sew in the dart for both the front and the back block of the dress. After sewing in the dart, I'm going to go ahead to join the front and the back piece together. I will only be joining the shoulder of the front and the back together, and I'll also be repeating the same thing for the facing also. Once I'm done doing this, I'll come back to show you what to do next. So yeah, I went ahead to sew in the dart for the front. After sewing, I went ahead to give it a good press, and I repeated the same thing for the back block. This is what the back block is going to look like. So the next thing I'm going to go ahead to do now is to cut out the collar for the dress we are making. And in doing that, the first thing I'm going to go ahead to do is to measure the neck circumference. So I'm going to go ahead to measure around the neckline with my tape rule like you see me doing in the video. So after I was done taking the measurement, what I got was 23.5. I'm going to go ahead to use this to cut out the collar for the dress we are making. For the collar, I'm going to be using this piece of fabric you see here for the collar, but if you have enough fabric, you can use the same fabric for the collar also. But for this tutorial, I'll be using a different fabric for the collar. The first thing I'm going to go ahead to do is to fold it into two like you see me doing in the video. So when folding it, you're going to be folding using half of the neck circumference measurement plus 5 inch. So I'm working with the neck circumference measurement of 23.5 divided by 2 is 11.75. So I'm going to go ahead to mark the 11.75. I'll add 5 inch extra for the tip of the collar. So after folding it into two first, you go ahead to fold it over again. So first you go ahead to fold it into two, then you fold it over again like you see me doing in the video. So when folding the second time, make sure what you're folding it with is the height of the collar. So for me, the height of the collar I'm going to be working with is 4.5 inch. So I'm going to go ahead to mark the 4 inch like you see me doing in the video, after which I'll connect the point together with a straight line. After connecting it, the next thing I'm going to go ahead to do now is to insert half of the neck circumference measurement on the upper part, not on the folded part, on this upper part. So I'll go ahead to mark the 11.75 inch on this upper part like this, and I'll be adding 0.5 inch for the sewing allowance. I'll go ahead to mark that. After marking that, the next I'm going to go ahead to do now is to place my ruler in a slant way like this. Then I'll go ahead to draw a slant line. So basically this is what the collar is going to look like. The next I'm going to go ahead to do now is to cut it out. So after cutting out the collar, this is what you're going to be having. So when you open it up, you're going to go ahead to open it up again like this, then you fold it into two. This is what the collar is going to look like. Next, I'm going to move over to my sewing machine, and I'll go ahead to close up the sides of the collar. So I'll turn it over, making sure the good face are facing each other. Then I'll go ahead to close up this part of the collar and also this other side of the collar. But before closing it up, I'm going to go ahead to attach a gum stitch to it to give my fabric more stability. After I was done stitching the collar, this is what it is going to look like. The next I'm going to go ahead to do now is to turn it over to the good face like you see me doing in the video. So after turning, I'm going to go over to my sewing machine to close up this upper part of the collar. Then I'll come back to show you what to do next. So after closing up the upper part of the collar, this is what it is going to look like once you're done closing it up. I also went ahead to give it a good press, and this is what I have. The next I'm going to go ahead to do now is to attach the collar to the main dress. So here I have my main bodice. I'm going to go ahead to open it up like you see me doing in the video. So you go ahead to open it up, making sure that the good face of the dress is facing you. And here I have the facing. I also went ahead to join the shoulders of the facing, so don't forget to do that. Make sure you join the shoulders of your facing also. And I also went ahead to finish up the edge of the facing. The next I'm going to go ahead to do now is to place the collar on it like this. You're going to go ahead to start from the asymmetric neckline, that is from the front. You go ahead to place it like you see me doing in the video. So after placing it, this is what the side is going to look like. So you make sure that the sides are meeting like this. So now I'm going to go ahead to place it. So when placing it, what I'll go ahead to do is to place the collar on my main fabric first. Then I'll go ahead to place the facing on it, making sure the good face of the facing is facing my dress. So I'm going to go ahead to place the three of them together like this. Then I'll go ahead to stitch it all the way around. So you're going to go ahead to stitch the three pieces together. But to make sewing it easier, you can fix the collar first, then you come back to fix the facing on it. So I'll go over to my sewing machine to quickly do this, then I'll come back to show you what it looks like. So after I was done stitching the collar to the dress, this is what it is going to look like. This is what you should have. This is what the inner part is going to look like. As you can see, it's looking so neat on the inner part. So your seam should be in between your main fabric and the facing. This is what you should have once you're done doing this. So the facing is going to help us to have a very neat finishing on the inner part of the collar. So this is what you should have once you're done doing that. The next I'm going to go ahead to do now is to move over to the back block of the dress. And what I'll go ahead to do at this point now is to fix my zipper to the back block of the dress. I'm going to go ahead to fix the zipper, then I'll finish the lower part of the dress. So after fixing the zipper and finishing the lower part of the dress and also the slits, I'll also go ahead to join the front and the back together with the sewing allowance I added while drafting. Once I'm done doing all this, I'll come back to show you what it looks like. So after I was done joining the front and the back block of the dress together, this is what I have. This is what you should have once you're done joining it together. And also I went ahead to keep the facing in place with my hemming gum so that it doesn't come up when the dress is being worn. So you can go ahead to keep it in place with your hemming gum. And this is what the back of the dress is going to look like. I've gone ahead to fix my zipper to the back, and this is what I have. So the next I'm going to go ahead to do now is to attach a sleeve to the dress. So I've gone ahead to make this balloon sleeve that I'll be attaching to the dress. I'll go ahead to fix it to the dress, then I'll come back to show you the final look of the dress. So here we have the final look of the dress, looking so beautiful and very nice. You can go ahead to try yours and let me know about it in the comment section. So if you find this video helpful to you, please don't forget to subscribe if you are yet to, and also don't forget to like, share and drop a comment. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one.